the moonlights go. Might be a hell of a night, go.
We've been talking about this next guest all morning.
Yeah.
A lot of people had a lot of questions about the cannabis industry, and I was explaining that my good friend Quan, who I've known for decades now, and he's always been the same great person, same great spirit, told me about this woman that he was working with that he spoke extremely highly of. She's an ordained minister, Heather B. She's an educator. She was a former Catholic school principal.
Oh, wow.
She's a mother of 3. She was county commissioner of aging for Alameda County, which is where I'm from, growing up in Oakland. She's done so much work, and she decided to pivot her life and get into the cannabis industry, and she's here to talk to us and tell us why that is and what are the benefits of the cannabis industry. The one and only Sue Taylor, the founder of I Can Health, which is in Berkeley, California, that opened up their dispensary, right?
Yes.
In September.
Yes.
And she's out here in New York, and she's going to be speaking to one of Oprah's top journalists from O Magazine to tell her story. But she came to say hi to us first.
Nice.
Bay Area.
Thank you.
Thank you. How you doing, Sue?
I'm doing great.
Yes,
It's awesome to be here with such inspiration and positive energy. And, just as I entered, I say, wow. There's a phrase, if you love your job, you'll never have to work a day in your life.
Absolutely.
That's what you all are doing.
Yeah.
Life is supposed to be fun, doing what you came here to do.
Wow.
That's what I see here. I felt that energy. So I'm proud of each and every one of you.
Thank
for
you.
following your bliss, for following your dream of what your creator sent you here to do.
Thank you very much.
That's the key to life.
Wow.
Is to do that. That's one of them.
That's one.
I got a whole bunch of them.
Well, just keep dropping them keys. I mean, the whole money you hear. So what happened? Like, how did you get into the cannabis industry?
Well, I tell you, I didn't choose it. I never would have chosen it. It had to be divinely inspired. Because, now, if someone had told me 12 years ago I would be talking about cannabis, I said, oh, you've been smoking too much. Because I was against it. I saw it as a hardcore drug. It was illegal. People in my age group, we follow the rules. We don't break rules. We follow them. So, and then weed madness scared my generation to death. So I never thought about it. I've never smoked. Still to this day, I haven't smoked. So I say it was divinely inspired because it was my son, Jamal, my eldest son. I have 3 sons. And it was my eldest came to me one day. I was living in, I bought a condo in Buckhead in Atlanta. And I was writing my parenting handbook, getting my ministerial degree. And I get a call from him. And he says, Mom, I know how you could have your medical spiritual center, the kind you've always wanted, with the meditation, the yoga, the Reiki, all that stuff that you like. So I said, okay, how? He said, with a cannabis dispensary. I said, a cannabis dispensary? I said, Jamal, you talking about that marijuana stuff? He said, yeah, Ma. He said, I've been going to school and learning about it. He said, it's a medicine. He said, and you can make a lot of money. So I said, oh, my God. So I said, okay. I said, where are you learning this? He said, I've been going to school at Oaksterdam, and I've been learning all about it.
Well, you got to explain. Oaksterdam is in downtown Oakland.
Downtown Oakland.
Yeah.
And it's an educational facility where you learn, back then, 10, 12 years ago, you learned, most people went in for the entrepreneurship, where you could make a lot of money, and you learned about the plant. It was really an educational source for information about the cannabis. And so he was going there. And this young man, he was an entrepreneur. He had his own car dealership, real estate, did all that kind of stuff. So when he said that, I said, okay. I said, well, send me the stuff. Send me what, because it didn't fit with this young man. I said, send me so I could read to see what you've been reading. So, you guys, this is the honest God truth. I hung up the phone, And I sat down and I said, okay, God has sent this boy to Catholic school all his life. I sent him to college. I said, now he called to tell me he's going to sell weed. I said, that don't match. Something's wrong. That's why I sent them to college, you know. So, and Lord and behold, I find myself here as the trusted face of medical cannabis. They call me the trusted face and the Mother Teresa of cannabis because I genuinely care about the healing components of that plant.
Speak on that, because that's what people don't understand. Even DJ Wonder, we call him live on air, had questions about it. Those healing components, like most people, when they think of cannabis, they just think of illegal drug trade and people smoking weed and getting head high.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Know that I'm also, you were correct, and I still am a commission on aging for Alameda County.
Okay.
I'm also certified by the state of California to teach the medical cannabis program to nurses and directors of senior care facilities. I educate about the plant. My generation and most people think you just go smoke some weed. No. There's more to it than that. You have to know the results you want. The cannabis now, you have to know which strand helps which ailment. Arthritis, there's a strand that's more conducive to the arthritis. It'll help with arthritis. For asthma, type 2 diabetes, for pain. You know, it's the different strands that help heal certain ailments. You just have to know which one that you want. Or if you're just doing it because you want to feel good and not use Ambiens and all that other stuff, those hardcore drugs, if you just want to socialize, you know, if you want to, there's indica and sativa.
Yeah.
Sativa is if you want to feel good, or because I work with seniors, for people who are depressed, you make sure there's sativa in it. You know, and then if you want for sleep, most seniors go to cannabis for pain and sleep, mostly. Pain and sleep.
Are they smoking it, or how are they getting it? Through oils, or?
There are tinctures under the tongue. There are pills, capsules that are cannabis. There are creams and rubs, and that's what I use. I use the creams and rubs on my body. I have bulging disc 4 and 5 in my back. I rub my knees with it, and you guys know I also do boot camp. And when because I do that, my knees, it messes with my knees and my back. But in order for me to continue that, I use the rubs and the creams on my knees and my back to keep me from taking all those pharmaceutical drugs. But the plant, and you know what, you guys? This is what I learned. I worked at Harborside Health Center. That's where I really learned about the cannabis industry. I worked with seniors. Stephen D'Angelo said, Sue, seniors need our help, and that was all he told me. So I designed a program, and I went out and started talking, and I learned all the educational things that the plant did. And so seniors would come. My job was to go out where seniors are and bring them to see what a dispensary looked like so they wouldn't be afraid. And they were impressed. And so it was through that experience of working with those patients after they started using the cannabis, whether it was tinctures, capsules, or the rubs. You guys, I saw them get out of wheelchairs. I saw them leave walkers. But the people, I've seen people with stage 4 liver cancer that's living alive and well.
We have Jeremy on the line from Texas. Wow. And you brought this up. Jeremy, good morning.
What's happening, people? How are y'all?
Doing great.
Hey.
Say hello to Sue Taylor and tell your story.
Hello, Miss Sue Taylor. How are you?
I'm doing incredibly well. And you?
I am excellent. You know, I'd love to think I have a relationship with the Sway in the Morning show because they were huge in my life. But you just touched on something. I was diagnosed stage 4 cancer a year ago. stage 4 head and neck cancer. I ended up getting it clear. I beat it in January after my treatment. I went ahead and did chemo. I went ahead and did radiation. But before cancer, I was an avid, social and just recreational marijuana user. The information has been out for years, and because I was in that realm and that demographic of people that use like that, I was aware of the health benefits. It wasn't until I got cancer that we really started researching everything. Everything I did, I stopped smoking it because the radiation was around my face and neck and it hurt. But I want alternative forms with oils and tinctures and drops and things like you said. My family lives in Maine. I live in Texas. It's illegal here. So I was getting shipments from Maine from people that could get it to me. But my oncologists have referred to me as the best stage of head and neck cancer in the state of Texas. And they attribute it to the CBD, THC combinations that I used from tinctures, drops, neck salves, rubs. It caused me to not lose my hair. It caused me to gain weight going through chemotherapy because it allowed me to eat. I never got nauseous. I never got sick. I never threw up. I beat every single thing that they said they were going to happen to me because of cannabis. Mm-hmm. And
he's right.
My question to you is, how in a state that it is illegal, what can I do as somebody who has seen the health benefits and has seen other people in this cancer world benefit because of this in so many ways? And it's actually so much cheaper than all of the things that Big Pharma tried to get us to do.
Exactly.
What can I do in a state like Texas? This
is what you could do. Look, I'm a firm believer that there are no accidents in life. And because you had cancer and cannabis helped you through that, then now you become a messenger and a voice. You have to start talking for free about your experience and what happened to you and how you are now and how you are today. That's no accident that you had that. Your creator challenges only make you grow. That was a challenge for you. One of your jobs that you're inspired to do, and I could hear it in your voice, you go out and you share your experience about cannabis and how it helped you. That will change millions of lives just from your story because it happened to you. Most people, they only, especially in the African American community, they won't touch it unless they're near dead. Then they might. And some of them say, no, I'll just die. I'll just go. But other races, especially the white race, they're the number one. They'll try it first off. They don't have to be convinced. And I understand why people of color kind of draw back from it. You know, they find out we're doing it, especially they'll lock your butt up. Yeah. You know, so I understand that part of it. But just speak what has happened to you, and you'll be surprised who you'll help.
Thank you, Jeremy. You're a citizen.
Sway the morning. God bless you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on one second.
My grandmother better call up here.
Let me. Okay. What's been your is the pharmaceutical industry, government? Who's been your biggest opponent, or cannabis industry's biggest opponent? Would you say, and
or
why?
Health insurance.
Oh, health insurance. Like what? Why isn't this being really nationally recognized? Why is it still resistance? Why do you think that is? Whose money is going to be lost that's fighting this?
All the people in government. You see, sickness is a money-making entity in this country. Mm-hmm. They make money off our sicknesses, off all the pills and the big pharma. You know, they make a lot of money. The insurance company, all of that. It's not in their best interest for cannabis to start healing people. That's why they don't heal people. They just manage symptoms. Mm-hmm. The pharmaceutical approach to health care is not working. You know, look.
It pacifies it.
It pacifies it. Yeah. You get to the root of it. You get to the root of what's happening. And you guys know this. I'm really not just about the cannabis. I'm about total health and well-being. Mm-hmm. And my main mission is to bring the life and the dignity back our elders in the United States. We are the largest demographic. We can benefit more from cannabis than any other demographic because we have more we have more ailments and illnesses, and the only thing we get are pills, and more pills. Most seniors I work with are on from 15 to 20 pills a day, and they're almost like zombies. But they take them because they're in pain. The cannabis can help bring them back to their true wisdom generation that they are. Seniors are wisdom keepers.
Yes.
That's who we are. But we can't give back to the younger generations because we're in pain and we're in a fog. We're in a fog.
And maybe that's by design.
Right, Heather.
Maybe that's by design. Maybe they don't want us to have the wisdom that you guys provide, because Sway and I talk about our grandmothers all the time, and we need them. We need them.
Yes, the world wouldn't be in the state that it's in now if you had your grandma, your uncles, them giving you wisdom. All of my kids, Kwame, Khalid, their friends, Keish, all of them, they come to me for wisdom. But I'm present. I'm present because if I see everybody going this way, Sue go that way. I go the opposite direction. I seek knowledge because I say, it's not right that all the people my age are in these senior facilities and they sick and you guys know that it's not when you're 50, it's all down here. I'm 70 years old, and I'm happier now than I've ever been.
God bless you.
My life is wonderful.
Yes.
And it's wonderful because I'm happy with Sue. I'm happy with who I've become. I have fun. I laugh. It's just...
You look good.
I do.
Yes, you do.
I feel good.
Yes.
I feel good. It's... And no. Nobody wants to say, I can't wait till I get 60. Trust me. You can decide on how your life is going to be.
Wow.
And one of the key things is what you eat. Keep it moving. You have to do some form of exercise. And you also have to commune with your creator. However way you do that. I meditate every day. Every day. I do it. I don't go to church so much. I decided to be more of church. Just be that inspiration. It's for everyone.
Yeah.
For everyone.
Well, I have Chuck on the line. He's going to be our final caller, but we got John from Toronto, Willie from Boston, Brandon from Brooklyn, QB from Oregon, Brandon from Nashville, Terrence from D.C. Before I take Chuck's call, if people want to reach you, do you have...
Yeah, I got people hitting me up. They're like, how can we get in touch
How can
with
they reach you?
Yeah. iCanBerkeley.com. And it's lowercase I, capital CANN.com. iCanBerkeley.com.
Berkeley, BERKELEY.com.
Yes.
iCanBerkeley.com. Can with two N's.
Exactly. And also, when you go to that website, it'll have, Quan told me to say this, it'll have Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter.
and Twitter.
Okay. Okay.
Quan
said, make sure you say it have Facebook, Insta.
He gave me a sheet last night about midnight to be sure and say this. I'm not gonna remember all that.
A Sway friend.
That's my friend. Yeah, no, but it's
He's
important.
my friend too.
So iCanBerkeley.com. That's lowercase I CANNBERKELEY.com. Chuck, good morning. He's in Iowa. Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Good morning. Good morning, family. How y'all doing?
Doing
Doing great.
The first caller sort of touched on what I wanted to know about. I live in Iowa. I'm 60 years old. I'm a veteran. I have artificial knees, depression, and I'm on the kidney list because of diabetics. I lost my use of my kidneys. Now, I'm on Vicodin, which is an outrageous amount a day, 8 to 10 tablets a day I'm supposed to take. I smoke weed, and it's illegal here in Iowa. When it becomes legal, I still would not be able to participate in these things because I'm a veteran. But I want to know, ma'am, Are these creams and tinctures and all this stuff that you're talking about, are they devoid of THC? And well, basically, that's my question. Are they devoid of THC? And how would that allow me to use it, because it still be in my system, I imagine?
It would be. It'll stay in your system. Number one, you could get those same results just from the CBD. And the CBD, in case listeners don't know, CBD is the non-psychoactivity part of the plant, and the THC is the psychoactivity part of the plant. It's the high part. And so you can get those results from just the CBD. Now, if the best way the plant works is the CBD and the THC, they really work synergistically. High amounts of CBD and lower amounts of THC works perfect. If a person has cancer, you can't stop those cancer cells from multiplying unless you have a strong amount of THC with that CBD. It's just how it is, and it's just what I've seen. And I want to say this to everyone. Know this. I am not a medical doctor. I'm not a nurse. I have no medical credentials whatsoever. And all of my information is from what I've experienced and worked with people, and the education I've gathered from the research. But CBD should be legal in your state because there's no psychoactivity. And as far as with the veterans, they're changing. I know they've changed in California about being lenient about the use of marijuana.
So he could lose his benefits if he has THC. Is that what it is, Chuck?
Yes, sir. That's what
Yeah.
I'm worried
I would
about.
check.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chuck, make sure you go online to Berkeley.com and find out more. Lowercase I CANNBERKELEY.com to find out more. You can follow up with that. Okay.
Excellent. I appreciate y'all, man.
You're
Thank
a
you,
citizen,
Chuck. A sway in the morning.
Sue, I feel like we got to do a part 2.
Yeah.
When you coming back to New York?
I don't know.
Okay. What degrees do you have, though?
I have a BA. I have a MA. I have administrative.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fitness,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't use that one. I mean, I exercise, but I don't do anything with that. And I have a ministerial degree.
Mm-hmm. Wow. It's a lot of degrees. Oh, how many degrees you got?
O said it's 90 degrees outside.
Dead.
Sue Taylor,
Yeah, O.
I want to thank you for coming by this
Yeah,
show
we love you,
and
Sue.
blessing us with this energy,
Yep.
this wisdom,
Yes. Thank you.
this information, this motivation, and this inspiration. Thank
Yeah.
you very kindly. You must be from the Bay Area.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.